Yo, what's going on guys, it is Ethan Fenimore, and today we're going to continue on What If Deku Stayed Quirkless. This is part 6, and where we left off last time was the Heroes vs. Villains test ended, and Dark Arrow, thank you for telling me that it's like a week in between that and the O'Shea, so within this week, Deku is going to have he's going to get some, like, the girls are gonna start not clinging, but start going at him a lot more. So, and also, before we start, who should get one for all? Because I haven't given one for all to anyone yet. All Might still has one for all, so tell me in the comments who will get one for all in Class 1A. Now, we're going to get on to part 6 of this What If. So, the class just ends, everyone goes back home, and Deku has his food, does his normal workout routine, and goes to sleep. So, the morning he wakes up earlier than he usually does, and Deku's like, alright, might as well just get a little bit of workout in. He does that, and he does I don't know, 200 push-ups in his room, with his weighted clothing, which is like at, I don't know, 1000 kg right now. So he does like 200 push-ups, 200 sit-ups, about 300 squats, and just does whatever, and does some curling as well. And he eats his food and he goes to school. And the girls see Deku enter the gate that they usually go in, and they start running towards Deku because they're like, "Oh my god, I love him so much. He's mine." You know, all that harem stuff that they had do in animes, and Sui gets there first because her quirk is just froggy, so she has them hops. She can hop, and she's like, "Oh, it's nice to see you again, Deku." Fuck. Sorry. So I'm probably gonna be coughing a lot in this video, so just ignore it. And she starts to flirt with Deku a little bit, and the girls all get there like a minute, or like, let's say about 30 seconds after, and they start flirting with Deku a lot, like to the point where Deku's like, okay, this is gonna be a little bit of a pain today, but whatever. I'm me, and I can take on anything. And they start doing their classes, and like in second class, the girls are like ogling Deku, so they're like smiling at him, like doing little like winks at him, and Bakugo notices this, and he's not liking it, because in this What If, Bakugo in high school or before they got to UA was very popular with the girls, and Deku was not, because everyone was like, oh, this quirkless, ill. And now that he's in UA, Deku is getting the attention of the girls and not Bakugo. So he's just like, damn it, why aren't they talking to me or doing anything with me? I have the best quirk. He doesn't even have a quirk. And then continue on with their day, and now comes lunchtime. Deku zooms out of the class to get his lunch because he wants to get the good foods and get some good like the high tier food in the cafeteria, because he needs them calories, he needs some proteins, because he is gaining, bro. He knows how to gain. And the girls, I'm gonna say Yayorozu gets out after him, and the other girls are like, "Oh no!" and they start running. And Yayorozu sits next to Deku. Girl, 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 girl. So Yayorozu sits next to. So it's like a rectangle table, and there's like 6 seats, or just around the side. So Deku's on the corner, and then goes Yayorozu, Invisible Girl, Acid Girl, Asui and Uraraka. So Uraraka is facing him. Oh, and Jiro, the earphone jack. She gets there as well. Uh, who else is in there? Just give me a second. I think that's all of them. So there, and then whatever, start talking about stuff, and then Aizawa was like, "Okay, it's time for the USJ," and everyone's like, "USJ," and he says what it is. I can't remember what it is right now, so sorry to all of you. And they all get like put on the hero costumes and go out front to where the bus is, and everyone's like, the girls are like, "Where's Deku?" And like in Naruto, when the Hokage calls for like an Anbu or like a shinobi, they like appear. That's what Deku does. So they're like, "Where's Deku?" And then let's say Uraraka says this, and he appears, and he's just like, and she's like, "Ah, oh, it's just you, Deku." And Deku's just like, "Yeah, what else will it be?" And the other girls get jealous of this because when she called his name, he appeared. So they're like, they do like the pouting thing that they usually do. They're like, that was me. That was supposed to be me. And then they get onto the bus and all of them chat with each other to get to know each other better. Better. And they get off the bus. And they got to the USJ, they get off the bus, and 13 is there to talk to them. And blah blah blah, this is USJ, blah 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 blah. These are all the different parts. And Aizawa notices like the lights are just like electricity or whatever, go they flicker on and off, and then they just turn off. And Aizawa turns around to see Korigiri's portal opening, and the villains just start pouring out. And Aizawa was like, 13, you need to protect the students. And Kirishima's like, who are they? And Aizawa was like, they're real villains. This is not a test. We're under attack. And everyone's like, what? Mineta is shitting himself like always. And since like Deku's like one of the smartest in the class, Deku's like, okay, so if all of this is happening, then someone must have got in and checked our schedules. I said, oh, someone must have broken into, or like at least got into UA from the outside and got a look at our schedules. And he's like, I know, Midoriya, I figured that out myself. And he Deku turns around looks at the class like, who's the fastest here? And they're like, you are. I was like, I can't go and get All Might because I need to stay here to help Aizawa fight. And he goes, Ida, you need to go now. Kirishima, bust open the front door if he can't. And they're like, okay. So Kirishima busts open the door, Ida bolts out, and Kirishima runs back, and Deku and Aizawa, Aizawa's like, Deku, or he goes, Midoriya, do I have your help? And he's like, of course, I'm not gonna let you have all the fun. And takes off his weights, and they both jump in, and Korigiri spreads everyone out like in canon. And Deku starts throwing hands with Aizawa, and Aizawa starts to like Deku a lot more, and like starts to like him more as a student, and starts respecting him a lot more, because he can keep up with Aizawa in hand-to-hand combat, and still like help him out if he needs it. And everyone gets into their spots, not knowing where they are, gets to wherever. The Nomu just shows up in front of Aizawa, and Shigaraki goes, hey, I'm not the final boss. He is. And Aizawa was like, oh my god. And Deku notices this, because, like, he was training in the forest area for a long time, so he can sense with bloodlust. and he senses like hateful and like wanting to kill someone, and Deku turns and looks at Shigaraki with like a face that's just like angrily, and is just like, ah, what? And this is where I'm going to leave it off. I'm just trying to keep the video at 10 minutes. So tell me who gets one for all in Class 1A. And this will be the end of the video. If you like the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell on. Stay golden.